sun at though? Boom, baby, boom. Right. And every morning I get up, and I'm blessed to be alive. And I was starting this morning. Mind you, she lives in an apartment 30 days out from being free from this country, and it just started to hit. I'm able to walk around inside the complex, but the truth is I'm not free. I'm not free till I leave my own country, and I wasn't free. I was free when I left my country last time when I was in Peru. Came back to being arrested, federally arrested off the airplane because of a traffic ticket. That's right. My registration's been haunting me forever. Cars all, and I was federally arrested off of the airplane. Now, my best friends out of a years, they actually had me in handcuffs. I was arrested, but not taken into custody because they thought that I'd stolen my own vehicle. Now, I've been doing this a hot minute. It is just something beyond me to say that I'm not free. I live in a country that's supposed to be the land of the free, and it's nothing but fees. It's nothing but paperwork. And I was just there at the desk. I was just at the fucking dining room table with my laptop out and the paperwork out, making phone calls, Zoom calls yesterday when the Karen judge was like, "Can I finish?" and interrupted me twice. Couldn't even get in a word edgewise. Couldn't even change my court date because I'm going out of the country. They blocked it. They stopped me from, the judge said no. Like we're children. Excuse me? Yeah, call the DA office and ask them to switch it. Excuse me? Again? Problem. What part of I had time served? Not my fucking problem. What part of I would like to speak are you interrupting now? And that's what ends up happening in this world. There's a scam call. Oh, no one gives a rat's ass, bro. Unless your plates have the green sticker right now, you're going to have a lot of trouble. Each one of these people, there's an orange sticker. He's okay. You know, each one of these people, he's a father of 3 over here. You know, each person is tiptoeing their way from poverty. I'm hearing that the insurance premiums are going up in Nevada. Papers are arrestable, right? That they're not that they're a civil charge. And it just goes to show you why I'm leaving, you know? I'm really excited to see the world, but most importantly, that I can breathe. It's very hard to breathe in America. It's very hard to breathe when your bills are going higher, inflation goes higher, the cost of living goes higher. I was looking at being a first-time home buyer. My credit score is finally in the 700s. Goal achieved. I was up at 720 the other day, but some shit happened. But whatever. And I can buy anything that I want to buy, except for I might not want to live here for 3 years straight. I wouldn't mind because I'm from Vegas and I'm always paying rent. And why would you pay rent to a place where it's going to sell it from underneath you anyway? And that's what ends up happening. We live in a world where you don't have any security. Your food, clothing, and shelter are insecure right now. That how much you're going to spend at the store. That's a lot. Inflation is a lot. The squeeze on insurance is a lot. And I just started thinking to myself, if I didn't have my business, and if I had just one set income, how would I get by? How would I get by if the number was frozen? No lie. Every time I had to go to work, last time I was walking here, I remember talking about Maya's job, and she was like, "I want to go home, take a nap." You can't take a nap because your nap will lead you into homelessness. They'll fire you so quick, your head will spin, and then they'll fuck up your whole world in the end. My best friend's crying like a child right now. No offense to him, but seriously, tears, because he's thinking he's losing his job. He got sent home because he didn't have X, Y, or Z. It's pretty scary out here. Plastic Pocket Challenge. It's scary out here that any minute you can lose your freedom. Any minute you can lose your job. Any minute you can lose your life. And that's the shit I'm talking about. There's a lot of shit out here in this world. And I know it's the morning motivation, but I keep it real up in here. You know what I'm saying? There's something really fucking crazy is that we can't be free. Even if you were to own the property, you'd still have to pay taxes. And, you know, paying taxes on something you already own sounds pretty crazy to me. But they find a way. get yourself a hat. Find a way to be in a better place. I guess that's really what I'm talking about this morning is my mentality is so much different walking down the middle of the street. That's right. My mentality is so much different because I can feel. Let me teach you guys something because I don't waste no time on this show. I don't want nobody watching the show and not get something from it. I watched, I think it's Psychology 101 on Instagram. I follow it, but, you know, not for nothing, I talked about the fade away. You know, fading away from my drama self, going for a walk like I'm doing right now, and getting my mind right so I don't act unright. You get what I'm saying? I don't act atrocious. And a lot of people, they know what it is when you're out there, when you're going to respond a different way. I was saying it the other day, I was in a bad mood because, of course, the judge is fucking with my shit. More court shit, more shit I gotta deal with, more stress, things that are working against us. And the one tough part to do is to stay calm in the face of anxiety. It's one of the hardest things to do is not overreact and let our emotions lead the way. Now, me and my best friend, we're very emotional people, very violent people. We're very aggressive people. I don't know, that's why we probably get along, because we get it. You know, when you've been in the system and your family, you ain't got family and you ain't got much in life, you're gonna be scrappy. You know, you're gonna be looking for reasons to scrap for something. And when you're out there fighting your ass off, I didn't sleep at all last night and because of this jail thing and the cops looking for me. But him to come home in tears, and you're just like, you too? You gotta sit at the same fucking table and talk to the same fucking system, and it's risking your it's risking my freedom, it's risking your job. Everywhere we turn, nobody's caught a gun, nobody wanting pistol whip somebody, nobody hurt anybody, but damn sure that paperwork come back to hurt us. And if your paper ain't right with your paperwork, you're really gonna be looking at some jail time. I am less than 30 days out from flying out. April 4th, I'll be flying out this bitch. Some more trash. Let me put it over here. So I can go be, oh, that's where it is. There's a trash can right here. Yeah, man. So we can be free, and that's part of the issue, is that we're not really free. You know, we're really stuck in this world where, you know, any move that you make could be your last move. You know, any day could be your last day. I really do treat it like it's something of a challenge to me, that I have to do something different every day, that I have to rearrange my schedule, rearrange my fear, rearrange my attitude so I don't stay rude, so I don't get stuck in a situation. The green light too. Damn, all sorts of shit. So that's where I'm at. I'm in the world that has shit that fills up on us real quick and we don't know how to handle it. And then we don't have any space for us to be who we are real quick. How you doing, brother? I'm just picking up trash off the ground using your trash can. Yeah, brother. And that's where we're at with it. We in the world where, and at least this guy's understanding, the system isn't very understanding. It doesn't take into account when we were talking about the homie literally at the park having barbecue with his 1-year-old son in his arm, and a cop comes up and says, oh, we're just trying to make sure that everybody has their ID. We're just trying to make sure that everyone's 21 here. Now, mind you, it's a park. It's a public place, but for sure, those people weren't doing anything against each other, right? It was just a chill situation, but they weren't acting really chill. Are we doing plastic pocket challenge up in the tree now? Got you, dog. Got it. Got plastic in the air, plastic in the trees. I'm just trying to make some shirts and be free. These motherfuckers are trying to trap me. I'm on my own out here in the world. My mom's no help. My family don't even call. We got little to no resources but our willpower. And that's why I said I'd be dialing it in. I'll be dialing my body. I know I need to get in shape mentally. This is something I've been wanting to talk about for a minute, and it's the muscle. To be actually flex, right? Like you flex your arm, You have to flex. And the only way you can flex is if you've been exercising. If you've been exercising your mind to take on challenges and face them head on and say, hey, you know, have a choice. This mental muscle of mine is usually a fast twitch muscle, just like they want in athletes, right? You got fast twitch muscles, you can run really fast. Well, when situations arise, can you process really fast? That's a real question. You know, like, can you what's happening in your world to make it or plastic? And that's hard, because what's going to happen is we're going back to our egos. We'll go back to our avatars. We'll go back to the way that we normally respond, because we'll perceive it. Hear me now, feel me now on this. We'll perceive it as a slight towards us. And that's what ends up happening. If I feel like someone's talking shit to me, my answer comes out more sarcastically. I don't know about you, but if I feel like it's some mama jokes going on, I'm going to say some mama jokes back. It's just me. And a lot of people, when they be out there and they feel threatened, let me throw this away real quick. You just keep processing things as we're just replying. We're swerving. We're seeing dangers or perceived dangers and swerving out of the way, which makes sense. You know, your brain is only going to teach you or teach us our patterns. It's going to say to you, remember when you were a kid at 8 years old and you pulled this and it worked? Well, then it's going to work for you again. You're going to say, hey, yo, my 8-year-old self, let me talk to you, talk to my ego, talk to my brain process and say, hey, you used to squat this way. You used to squat this amount of weight. And that's what we do in our lives, is we squat these things and we go back to a reality that we don't even see. It's so unconscious of our me the most is I was like, wow, so what you're telling me is that it's not that I'm a bad person, it's just that every chance I got anxiety, I would trip out. My only way of handling anxiety was to fight. I didn't have any other tools to process my anxiety. I didn't have any tools I wasn't walking, I wasn't breathing, I wasn't drinking water. It just did. And now I didn't get to sleep well last night, but that's fine. I feel okay. But what is my anxiety going to be like? Handball or something, testing how fast I'm moving. You know, there's about to be a fight and everybody hits those buttons. Come on, stupid connection. My response speed to anxiety was all fucked up. I was all fucked up in my head, bro. I felt that people were attacking me. When I feel uncomfortable, maybe I was already interrupting the judge. She's like, no, last I told was. Now I'm sitting here on 5 years old, right? I've been dealing with this ticket since 2018, and they're still trying to threaten me with sentencing. I've already been in jail for it. You picked me up, credit time served, case dismissed. Even the other guy says reduce the fine, and now I got another court date, and this time, guess what? I can't even make it. So that means it goes back to warrant again. That's right. And if you got a warrant again, they can arrest you at any moment that they back into the system, and you got to sit there like assholes with the rest of the boys that might actually committed real crime, like, you know, domestic violence or hurt somebody else or DUIs or things that kind of do need to be paused for. But my home getting paused on is of all the people, you know, when I was watching America grow, you know, everybody was escaping the South for real freedom. They were sick of hearing men say black men can't stand in a white man's shadow. They were sick of being harassed by any Jim Crow law or anyone that felt like they could fuck with them. I was watching this. It was called the, what did they call it? The race summer? The racial tension summer. It was like 1929 or something. But yeah, pretty soon, kids are all over there playing. This is a true story, by the way. Kids over there playing in the pool, and the raft starts moving down. Well, these are black kids. So the white kid starts throwing rocks at him. He thinks it's a joke. Well, one of the rocks hits him in the head. It's no joke. It actually killed the guy. And instead of taking the white guy that threw the rock out there on the beach, the police officer arrested a black man. Now, I've seen it time and time again. This isn't about color. It's about control. And a lot of people don't see it that way. They're like, yo, let me control the situation. I can't take a white man in because I'm already racist. Let me take a black guy in and start a race war. All these people from the South, Atlanta goes to Chicago, goes to Oakland. All the black people made their own way into their own black communities so they could leave the South in the scary situation. That's how bad it is. So you want to get a job. People would go to be fishermen. You could go do a crab hunting season just to get away from the law and earn an income. And that's a lot of people that do that, where it's like, I can't even do anything legal because doing it legal is extremely expensive. My paperwork ain't right. And the level of entry is so high. And that's what makes it so difficult to be an entrepreneur or being a business owner, especially in America, where they charge you out the ass for everything. I swear for God, there were so many monkeys in that tree. There were so many fucking monkeys. There was a fire monkey, fire person, the dude that does the fire law, the fire marshal. He was all up in my face. Okay, got you. What about the other dude? Oh, you want me? Oh, there's a tax dude. A tax dude came into the shop. Oh, okay. How about the cops? The cops came into the shop. Oh, okay. How many people needed to pay off or write off some more money off of me just so I could exist? And mind you, I already had my business license, already paid all the fees, and they found a way to fee me to death. Land of the fees. So if you ain't got what it takes with your Utah plates, they're coming for you. Cracked windshield, coming for you. Your lights out, coming for you. They find a way to ask the questions, and it's supposed to be illegal. It's supposed to be highly illegal to come up to somebody under false pretense and come up with a way to find something. Same thing happened to me. They didn't have me on anything else. Why'd you pull me over in the first place? No, I don't get to ask that. It's get out of the car. And before I know it, all my shit's on the front of the hood being tossed, and my car's being towed, and my freedom's being taken, and my money's being taken, and I'm getting felony charges. They're trying to throw me down the shit pipe for something that they know that the charges are going to get dropped. He said that the charges are going to get dropped. It's a small amount of weed, small amount of mushrooms, half ounce of mushrooms, half ounce of weed. Sure, the mushrooms are illegal here in the States, but everywhere else they're being legalized. And I'm doing natural substance without a fucking a scale or baggies, but they put intent to sell, which means that now my case is even more expensive. That means I have to pay even more for something that wasn't even happening. I wasn't even selling my personal intake, which I told them this is my own personal supply. Didn't it matter, bro? It's like, no, we think you're trying to sell it. Let me take your money too. So now you took $500 off of me. $400 I earned, $100 I save in my pocket just in case of emergencies. And now I'm out. The weed, all the weed I had in my pre-rolls, more than the half ounce. They took all my weed out of the car. They threw a felony at me. Now I'm looking at charges. And now I got to go pay an attorney another $1,000 because it was another $1,000 to get my car out just so I can be back on track. Just so I can be normal. Now, meanwhile, I got good news for you guys. It's not all just me complaining, but for the last 10 minutes, it's going to be about the shine. That's that rise and shine, bro. It's got to be about the shine. Because guess what? That's all the time I got for it. This kind of shit right here. This not shit. This kind of shine right here is all I got time for. And then I got time for my homies who were supposed to print their own shirts, went and bought an $8,000 printer off the Magic Show convention floor 2019 and never used it. Couldn't sit her way through the tutorial. Started talking to her and I was like, why didn't you use the logo I made you? Oh man, I never used this printer and press. You got a printer and press? Yeah, it's right here. Let me take a picture of it. No shit. That's the kind of press I was just about to buy. Now this chick wanted to sell it for $4,000. Brand new was $5,000, but it needed a compressor and she wasn't going to sell the compressor, so that would have been another $200, $300. I'm like, I can't afford that. Maybe you can take payments. Guess what? My homegirl's like, you can take the press and the printer and this additional printer and all the paper that comes with it. Never touched it. Brand new ink, brand new transfer papers for $1,500. That's right. Your boy Marky's back in the game. I can do shirt in an hour, any kind of shirt, any kind of design on pretty much any kind of substrate, any kind of, polyester, cotton. I think they even do wood with some of these designs, right? I can do all that and then some. Tart, dark, and handsome. Literally because of this one hookup from my friend. And that's what ends up happening. I was trying to sell me was $2,000. $2,000, bro. And I'm looking at this printer. It would be. I would have spent $2,000 with the homie. Got the worst version than the one I'm about to get, the bigger, better version, right? Then I would have had to use my old heat press, which is okay, but it's got some cold spots, so it's not that good. But it's like the $100-$200 heat press. She was saying she would sell me the other heat press for about $100-$200. She really wants $1,200 for the printer, $200 more for the heat press. I'm up to $1,400, and I think it was like another $100 for something else. I can't remember. Maybe for the other printer. That's what it was. But it was useless. But hey, at least I'm helping out a friend. Norm, come on, Signal. I got my day one. My logo tattooed on his hand. I gotta. They wanted to only talk about ugly things. They only want to talk about the positive. Picture me when I'm in the lotus position, so I look spiritual. And you're like, bitch, you don't take pictures to look spiritual. That's not how you prove your spirituality. That's how you convince weirdos and about your spirituality when you need to prove to people that you're spiritual. Show them that you're in a lotus position, or that you didn't even know that the photographer was there. There's so much out there for real work to get done. Your thoughts and track it. Holes, you know, when we all go into surfing the net or flipping our fingers and going through things, to leave that abyss, if you will. You know, this is Sparta. How deep was that well? And we like to jump into it, and I like to catch myself before I get to, I know I'm about to waste an hour, or I know I'm about to grab some more sugar, or something with a little more self-control than what I've been having. And that's something that I can see me doing more now, maybe because I'm in my 40s. I'm 42, learning about me, finally getting control of me. They feel about themselves, their mentality, their perspectives, till they're about 25. Then you start really getting adultish, you know. But then most of us, we ain't got no adult bones in our life. We're all trying to be kids for forever and have everything that we want and have no responsibility, no accountability, and things just fucking happen. And that's what we end up doing. We live in a world where we just want things to happen without working for it. And I'm telling you, ready for you to strike like a python, then you're missing it. You're fucking missing it, bro. You get the opportunity to exercise patience. They call it exercising, you know, and not getting emotional, and just sitting with these things that are affecting us, whatever anxieties coming our way, whatever stressors or triggers come to our brains. Mental health matters to be your solid self up here. That's what it's all about. You know, it's all about staying solid in your mind. And if we can keep control over that which is between both ears, then we don't live in fear. Then we just know that certain things happen for certain people. Sometimes it's you're falling off the horse, and next time it's your broken leg keeping you from going into army service. So, you know, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I judge not. Saints addiction, it's so bipolar, right? You know, it's a extreme dichotomy. It's like, you know, it's my good and my evil. That's why it's mostly saints. I got the halo and the horn. You know, it's gonna have to take both lumps, you know. But what I'm not willing to do is give up on my dreams. What I'm not willing to do is pay fees to a city that already took my time and trying to take my freedom again and try to sentence me for something I already did for credit for time served. But no, we won't do that. We're gonna just keep trying to rape the poor man while we know that inflation is crazy, that we know times are tough for people. Everybody's borrowing against their credit. That's why I heard when my credit score was so high, they're like, yeah, a lot of people aren't like that right now. They don't have a good credit score. They're a little stuck. They're a little lost in the sauce. And that's why I was like, okay, now I needed to know that. I needed to know that I need to get more solid paychecks coming in from my business to pay me so I can go own a home. And that they're going to give me 15 grand a down payment because my credit score is so good. So they got all sorts of assistant programs for first-time buyers. As long as you live there for 3 years, they're going to help you with the down payment, help you with the interest rate, help you with everything. And that's amazing to me. That's what I'm in here for. I'm in it to win it, bro. I'm in it to purchase things from my friends. I'm thinking about a small loan from the new credit companies. I'm in 2 credit companies now. I got 2 different credit unions. Got debit cards, credit cards, building up my credit, borrowing, paying back, making my credit score go back up, making me look good so I can be a solid partner and purchaser in the future of business. I'm working on that. I'm working on growing my future instead of growing backwards. And that's something I encourage for everyone to do. Flex your mental muscle. Make sure that you're aware and ready for things, like I said, the fast speed of the hands, right? To be, okay, if something comes at me, best friend comes in crying, I'm ready to just give him a hug and listen. I'm not ready to rile him up and mention my shit. I've already did that yesterday. My shit was already yesterday. Now it's a new day. I'm free right now. I'm in the sunshine, and that's all that matters right now. So as long as you get to stay free in your mentality, you don't allow things to come in and disrupt your faith or disrupt your flow or disrupt anything that has to do with our equilibrium, then you're in there. Then you're getting what I'm talking about. Then you got Saints Addiction. So on my heart from the start, your boy Marky Saints Addiction. If you got anything out of this, like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, comment below. I want to know, how do you flex your mental muscle so you're prepared for things that stress you out instead of freaking out, instead of being completely emotional, letting the stuff spill over. And that's the thing of the hour. That's the question of the day. And I'm going to get back to my day and enjoy my freedom, sunshine, and dreams. Peace. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao. Beijos. That means kisses.